Okay, awesome. Okay, hi guys. If you are watching this live or if you're watching the recording, you are probably here to learn about the Young Living Starter Kit from the American side. So, and if you're not, all of these oils that I'm going to talk about today can be purchased on the Canadian market as well, but they just don't come in the kit, and I'll explain that as we go. But before we get to that, I'll just really quickly introduce myself. My name is Sandra. I have been using essential oils for about 4 years now. And just a little bit about my story. So I started using oils when I was actually playing tennis professionally. And so the reason I was looking for kind of natural remedies and natural solutions for things was because a lot of things, actually even some natural supplements, for example, come up positive on a drug test for professional athletes. So I needed something that was not going to come up positive, that was going to support all of the systems in my body, and that was going to give me results. And so I looked for a long time for things that could do that for me, and found essential oils and Young Living, and have never turned back since. So I'll tell you a little bit about each oil that we go through today. But so this, I just took this off. This kit that I'm going to talk about for Americans is how you, I'm just going to ask you guys, sorry, really quickly, if you could mute yourself, just because if you're rummaging or moving, then other people can hear you. So I just want to make sure that everybody can hear what we're saying. Thank you so much. So if you're American, this is how you start with Young Living, a starter kit. And today we're going to talk about the essential oils one. So basically what Young Living has done is they've put together all of the most commonly used oils by people into one starter kit. So it comes with 12 oils. This is supposed to be like speed teaching, so I'm going to go through every single oil really quickly so that I can respect all of your time. So hopefully we'll keep this under 30 minutes. That's my goal. First things first, the kit comes with 12 oils, okay? So you'll see that I'm missing some because I have the big bottle version of it, just because, like I said, the Canadian version is different. So I'll still talk about each oil, but that's why there's a couple missing. Another thing that's different about my kit from the American kit is that all of these are going to be a white label and what we call vitality oils, which means that you can add them to water, and they've been approved by the FDA for ingestion. So every single oil on the top that I'm going to talk about is approved by the FDA for ingestion and is a vitality oil in the American kit, okay? So the first oil we're going to talk about is peppermint. So my goal is to just hit 3 uses of every oil. If you have questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat, and I will get to them as I'm going or at the end of the class, okay? So 3 uses for peppermint. My first and favorite way to use peppermint is in the diffuser. Oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about that. Let me start with that. 3 ways to use essential oils. So the first one is diffusing, which I'm doing right now. You'll see right here. And this is my favorite way to use oils when I'm trying to hit a lot of different people. So this is pushing all of those oils with water into the air and dispersing it into the room. So if you have your in-laws coming over or some friends and everybody just needs a little bit of relaxation, that's an awesome way to use oils. The second way is topically. So directly on the skin. We like to use things like rollers where the oils are actually pre-diluted. And so you just roll it on, rub it in, and you're good to go for the day, or you can do this as many times throughout the day as you want to. And then the third way, as I just talked about, is ingestion. So a lot of people like to add these vitality oils, 1 drop into their water or a hot tea to support them with all the things that I'm about to talk about. Okay, now that we got how to use the oils, that's a little bit helpful. Okay, so peppermint. So first thing in the diffuser, first thing in the morning. Love it for a pick-me-up. It's really energizing, and it's really good for starting your day and getting your day going. Another thing it's really good for, remember, vitality, putting 1 drop on your thumb and pushing it to the roof of your mouth, just like you would for a mouthwash or like a breath mint. A natural way to do that And then the other thing is in Canada, this oil is actually approved by Health Canada to help relieve symptoms of cough and cold and digestive discomfort. So that would be a good time to put it in a roller like this and roll it along your belly, rub it in, and make sure you drink a lot of water with that as well. Next one is lemon vitality. So lemon, as we know, is super cleansing, or you might not know, it's super cleansing for your body. The reason I like this is because it's not as hard on the teeth. So a lemon, the actual fruit, is going to be really harsh and acidic, so it can actually impact your teeth, whereas this is not acidic. It's and all it takes is 1 drop to add to your water. It's awesome. Another way I like to use lemon is if I've gotten some, like let's say a marker or something where I don't want, it's a really good cleanser. So I use this to get stickers off, like a Goo Gone, just a natural solution for that. Awesome. Lemon is one of the oils that I never run out of. The next one is Citrus Fresh. Like I said, I just have the big bottle Vitality, Citrus Fresh Vitality. This is my absolute favorite citrus oil that Young Living carries. It's a blend of all of the different citruses. So it has tangerine, lemon, lime, a bunch of different citruses, and then also spearmint. So it smells amazing. But my favorite way to use this is actually to add it to my dryer balls. So if you're like me and you're trying to look for a solution, or I was trying to look for a solution to get rid of dryer sheets, this is an awesome way to replace those. So if you just go get regular wool dryer balls and then add a couple drops of this to your dryer balls, it'll add a scent in a non-toxic way. Next is Digest. Okay, so this oil I always joke about. If you've ever heard the commercial where, I think it's Buckley's. Yeah, it's Buckley's, where they say it tastes awful and it works. That's how I feel about Digest. It smells awful, but it works. So in Canada, this oil by Health Canada has been approved for digestive discomfort, and it is a powerhouse. So another thing I really quickly want to talk about while we're on this, because a lot of people will use this for different things when it comes to digestion. For example, they'll use it for when they're going to the bathroom too much versus when they're not going to the bathroom enough. And the reason oils can do that is because they're adaptogenic. So if you've ever heard of adaptogenic herbs or adaptogenic teas, basically what adaptogenic means is that it's a natural product that helps your body get back into homeostasis. So if you're out a little bit this way or this way, it'll help you get closer to your happy medium. Like I said, homeostasis is just basically your natural state of balance. So Digest is really, really good for that. All things digestion. Like I said, when you get your kit, you're not going to love the smell of it. Probably you might be one of the few who does, but it's worth it, and just power through. The next one is the last Vitality oil in the kit, and it's called Thieves. So Thieves is amazing, and it actually had a university study done on it by Weber State University. They found that when they diffuse this for 12 minutes, 99.6% of airborne germs were killed. So this is literally in the diffuser all the time right now in my house. Anytime cold and flu season comes around, this is in the diffuser. Another thing, Young Living came out with a whole cleaning line because of that study. They came out with a whole cleaning line of products, toothpaste, cleaners, laundry detergent, a whole bunch of things, all non-toxic cleaning, because this is such a powerful tool. So one more thing, I think I said 3. Have I been saying 3 of each? I don't even know. The next thing is adding this to a tea. So when you have that tickle in your throat, and if you guys have ever made your own tea where you just boil hot water and add some honey, I always put a drop of Thieves on top of the honey and then mix it into the hot water, and it's cinnamony. It tastes like clove and cinnamon, so it's actually really delicious with the honey, and it soothes the throat really nicely. Okay, like I said, I'm powering through these, so if you missed anything or if you have any questions, just let me know in the chat, and I will make sure to answer them, okay? All right, the next oil, I have to say I'm very jealous of Americans that this comes in your kit, because this is an oil that I never go out of. It's one of the very first oils I started using when I was still competing and I needed help with getting through the match day jitters. It's called Valor. It smells amazing, like so good, but it also has a really powerful calming properties, and like the name, Valor, if you're having a hard time with confidence, this is a really good one to roll on. I actually have a roller of it. You can see right here. I rolled it on a couple times before I started talking to you guys today. And then the next one, again, I have a big bottle of this one. It's called Raven. So this is for all things respiratory. So to support your respiratory system, this is another one that's really, really good to have in your wheelhouse right now during this season. And again, all 3 ways that you can use it, or sorry, I would use this actually 2 ways. So this is a hot oil because it has eucalyptus in it. So you can put it in your diffuser if a bunch of people in your house need respiratory support, or you can actually make a roller again and roll it right on your chest, so you can inhale that as you're going through your day. The reason I said probably not the best to ingest this is because you get that, it wouldn't hurt you, it just wouldn't feel nice because you get that kind of hot cold sensation that you would get in like a muscle rub. So probably not the best feeling on your throat. So best to stick to the first 2 options with that one. Next one is PanAway. Okay, so my favorite way to use PanAway, this is another one I used a lot when I was competing, unscented Epsom salt. So you never want to get scented because a lot of times those scents have like fillers and toxins in them. So always unscented. I take 2 cups of that and add 4 drops of PanAway, mix it together, and then add it to a bath, and it soothes the muscles. Another way I like to use it is putting it in a roller like this, and then just putting it on the problem areas where my joints are, things like that. It's really soothing. And again, it's a hot oil, so in this case, the hot cold sensation is really nice when obviously you're feeling discomfort. Next one is frankincense. So this one is, we don't have enough time to talk about this one in a speed oils class, so highly recommend going to Google the benefits of frankincense essential oil. I'll tell you a few right now. So first of all, immunity. So if you need support with your immune system, frankincense is going to be your best friend. Lather yourself in this every single day. The other thing that it's good for is emotions. So I actually have it diffusing right now with lavender, which I'm going to talk about next. It's really, really good for grounding and keeping calm. A lot of people like to use it during meditation if they meditate, or prayer, things like that. It's really good for just keeping you zen. So frankincense for the win. Then these 2 together, frankincense and lavender together, are very good for skin. So a lot of people who make their own skin products put these 2 essential oils in the product themselves. Next is lavender. So lavender is the Swiss Army knife of essential oils, we call it. If you're ever in doubt, start with lavender. It's a super mild oil. You can use it on like pretty much for sorry. You can use it for pretty much anything. But 3 things, like I said, so skin, sleep, and stress. 3 S's. Everybody has smelled lavender. The nice thing about lavender, or our lavender oil, is that it actually smells like the plant, which I never talked about at the beginning either. I just realized. So this is what sets Young Living apart. I'm going to talk about 2 more oils, but I just really quickly want to touch on this. So when I was looking into essential oil companies, I learned through my research that actually essential oils, even though they say 100% pure on the bottle, don't have to have 100% essential oil in them, which is terrifying. They're under the fragrance umbrella. So they actually only have to have 5%, like a lavender bottle like that says 100% pure, only has to have 5% lavender essential oil in it to be labeled 100% pure. Isn't that crazy? So the amazing thing about Young Living that you'll see on all of their products is they have a seed to seal guarantee. This seed to seal promise right here is what's really important, because this is what separates them from any other company. Basically what it means, and if you would like to learn more about this, again, I can send you more information about it, but basically what it means is that anytime a seed, or from the moment a seed is planted all the way until the oil is bottled, the plants and oils never come in contact with any types of pesticides or chemicals, GMOs, nothing like that. So they're completely organic, and it's literally just the plant juice in these bottles. And so when people have smelled other lavenders compared to Young Living's lavender, we've heard people say, wow, that actually smells like the plant. It's supposed to. If your essential oils don't smell like the plant that they're coming from, they're probably not a good quality essential oil. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're looking and researching into essential oils. Okay, 2 more oils before I get to some other fun stuff that comes in the kit. So Peace and Calming is the next oil. These are, by the way, you'll see when you get your kit, there's 2 levels. So there's this top level and then this bottom level. Mine is not organized anymore because I've opened it and it's well loved. But make sure when you get it, after you pick this up, there's still a second level. So don't throw that out, okay? Okay, so next one, 2 bonus oils, Peace and Calming. If you are a mom, you need this oil. Peace and Calming, the name speaks for itself. It smells fantastic. If you're not a mom, you need this oil too. I'm just kidding. But this is a really good one for if your kids are not having the best day, if you need them to calm down, or same thing for yourself. If you are worked up, this is a really good one to put over your heart and on your chest or in the diffuser. Like I said, name speaks for itself. Oh shoot, I grabbed the wrong one because they're the same color. So I actually grabbed Citronella. I meant to grab Stress Away. The oil that comes in the kit, the American kit, is Stress Away. So very similar to frankincense, where it's very calming and relaxing and good for if you are meditating or praying or whatever you do, and if you just need to get a little bit more zen. This one smells like lime and vanilla. It's amazing. So love that oil too. Okay, next, other things that come in the starter kit that I want to talk about. So there's Thieves Spray, which right now, this is a hot commodity. We use this for like when we go to the grocery store, spraying down the cart, like where you put your hands, or even after, like putting it on my hands if I don't have sanitizer, which I usually do, or even if you're going to a restaurant and you know when sometimes they clean and there's like that sticky film, I always use this. Yeah, just like I'm always like, what is in this sticky film? Why is it still sticky if they just cleaned it? So this is your kind of, it's tiny, like you can see, so it fits into your purse, and it's a great product to have on the go. Next is Thieves hand sanitizer. So this is amazing. I fully admit that I was never, ever, ever a hand sanitizer person. And even when I started with Young Living, I didn't use this at first because I hated the feeling of hand sanitizer on my hands and I hated the smell of it. And so one day someone taught a class very similar to this, and they said that they put this on. First of all, it doesn't dry their hands out. It makes them feel very soft. But here's what won me over. They were eating a sandwich, and this is after they put the hand sanitizer on, it had dried. They were eating a sandwich, by accident licked their hand, and it tasted like peppermint, not alcohol. So that's what won me over with this. And the reason that is because it's actually denatured with peppermint oil. The alcohol is denatured with peppermint oil. So that's why it's less harsh on our skin, and it leaves that thieves and peppermint scent after we use it. So that's a really, really awesome product to have too. Okay, 2 more things. So I've already put this on an essential oil, but the kit also comes with a roller lid. I just talked to you about rollers that we make. So we either buy these from Young Living or we buy them on Amazon and make our own. The kit actually comes with a roller that you can pop directly on an oil and then put it on. I just spilled it. And then put it directly on wherever you need it. So that's a really fun feature too. Last thing, oh no, there's two more things. This, and the most important maybe, is the diffuser. So Ningxia Red. Ningxia is a antioxidant drink. that has crazy awesome energy powers and no caffeine. The reason it does that is because antioxidants are really good for our bodies, and they help our bodies fight off something called free radicals, which we get free radicals when we're exposed to things like stress, the environment, unhealthy foods, smoking, pollution, things like that. So this is anything with antioxidants in it is really, really good to include in your daily kind of routine. And Ningxia Red, you drink 1 to 2 ounces of this daily and you get your boost of antioxidants and energy. If you are trying to kick your coffee habit, this is your best friend. Okay, so the next thing that comes in the kit, or the last thing that comes in the kit, is a diffuser. So I'm using this one right now. You have 2 options with the kit. So you'll see on the screen that Sydney, if you guys see all the participants in this class, you'll see that Sydney is showing us what is called the Desert Mist. She's holding it up. Thanks, Sydney. So, and then I have the Dewdrop. So I'll just tell you the kind of 2 differences between them, and you get to choose. When you get your starter kit, you get to choose which of these you'd like. So the Dewdrop that I'm using, it has 2 light settings. It can go no light or it can go blue light, and it runs for 4 hours. The and then it has the gray bottom, white top. The Desert Mist that Sydney just showed is gold and white, and then it has 8 different light settings. I think green, blue, red, orange, white, and then it actually has a candle flicker setting, which is really, really cool. And it can run intermittently or it can run straight for, I think it's 10 hours. So that's a really awesome oil, or a really awesome diffuser to have. And also, this is something that the Canadians cannot do. Americans have this option. So I don't even know if I've said this yet, but this starter kit is $165. You also have the option to upgrade for $210 and get what we call the Rainstone diffuser. This is made out of clay. They call it purple clay, which has always confused me because it looks black. But so this one, I love this one. It has an ionizer in it. So if you don't know what an ionizer is, basically it helps transform negative ions into the air that you're breathing into positive ones. So this is the one I have in my bedroom. I love, love, love it. And it's beautiful. And it also runs for a long time, 8 hours. And it has, I think, 6 different light settings. I usually put it on the orangey candle kind of one. Okay, so, oh, guys, I'm sorry, I forgot one more thing. This is, I'm not used to this because I'm so used to teaching the Canadian class. One more thing that comes in the oil or in the kit for Americans, you guys get a lot of stuff. This is awesome. Is a sample of our Thieves Cleaner. So the really cool thing about Thieves Cleaner is that it's a concentrate. So you don't get this whole bottle, you get a sample of it, but I don't have the sample because, like I said, our kit is different. You get about a capful, which is all you need for a full-size bottle like this. Okay, so if you were to buy this bottle, you take a capful and then fill the rest with distilled or what's the word? With distilled water or filtered water, and then go to town on your house. So this is an all-purpose cleaner which cleans every surface in your house: wood, windows, mirrors, floors, everything. Like even after you've put food on your counter, this is really good to clean with, because like we talked about, Weber State University did a study on this oil. This is the one that kills 99.6% of airborne germs. So I can take a breath now. Hopefully I didn't talk too fast. If you have any questions, feel free to either unmute yourself or to type it in the chat. I'll give it about 2 minutes. And if not, if you don't have any questions, then make sure you follow up with the person who sent you to this class, and they will let you know how you can get started with your, I just held up with your starter kit. I hope this was helpful, and that you guys have a great day wherever you are. It's starting to get sunny here. It was raining. Do you want to chat community? Oh, great. Yes, thank you, Sydney. One thing I forgot to mention, can you tell I haven't done this in a while? One thing I forgot to mention, when you sign up with Young Living, you get linked to a team. So basically, whoever sent you here has a referral link. You'll get your kit through them. And because of that, you get to join our team. So there's a lot of benefits of doing that. Number one, we teach classes like this all the time. So if you don't have a kit yet and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to remember all of this? First of all, we record it so that you can go back as many times as you want. But we also have more classes on the starter kit, and we have classes outside of the starter kit. So you're always taken care of in terms of information. And then the other thing is just support, right? So a lot of times we go to a retail store and we buy something and then we kind of are sent home to figure it out. This community is something that I just wanted essential oils, and like that's it. I just wanted essential oils and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But we have Facebook groups and hangouts and all of the things. I've created so many friends through this community, and who would have known that that would have come from oil? So that should be your number one seller. Okay, great, guys. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you soon.